Assalamualaikum. My name is SYAFAWATI binti Roslan and my metric number is 288292. I'm going to explain the summary of MFRS 102. The Malaysian Financial Reporting Standards 102, or also called as MFRS 102, stands as a cornerstone in financial reporting, designing to bolster transparency, comparability and reliability in the presentations of financial statements across various industries in Malaysia. These standards adopted to align the nation with international accounting standards. MFRS 102 carries a broad scope including diverse aspects of financial transactions and events. MFRS 102's applicability extends to entities in both the private and public sectors, ensuring a standardized approach to financial reporting. The standards covers many fields, from financial statements to revenue recognition and property, plant and equipment. Thus, MFRS 102 provides comprehensive guidance on inventory accounting, which is a critical component in financial statement. Next, I'm going to explain about the development of MFRS 102. The development of Malaysian Financial Reporting Standard 102 in inventory accounting reflects a strategic alignment with global standards, a responsive to local economic dynamics, and a commitment to stakeholders' collaboration. Rooted in the global convergence movement, MFRS 102 was crafted to harmonize Malaysia's financial reporting practices with the International Financial Reporting Standards, which is IFRS. The influence of the International Accounting Standard Board, which is IASB, and IFRS principles laid the groundwork for MFRS 102, ensuring consistency and comparability in financial reporting on a global scale. As MFRS 102 embraced international best practices, it emphasized transparency, comparability, and reliability in financial reporting, particularly in the treatment of inventory. In conclusion, through the development of Malaysian adoptions of the Malaysian Financial Reporting Standard 102, or also we call MFRS 102 for inventory accounting, underscores the nation's strategic alignment with global financial standards. This move reflects Malaysia's commitment to enhancing the credibility and transparency of its accounting practices worldwide. The integrations of MFRS 102 demonstrated a delicate balance between embracing global norms and considering local economic nuance, highlighting Malaysia's pragmatic approach to financial reporting. That's all from me. Thank you.
Good day, Doctor. I'm SHIVARAAJ SUBRAMANIAM and my metric number is 287981. I would like to present about main parties that involved in MFRS 102 and the role of industry players, academia and professional bodies in MFRS 102 inventory. So, first and foremost, Nation Accounting Standard Board (MASB) is the party that involved in development and formulation of MFRS 102 inventories. In November 2011, the Nation Accounting Standard Board issued MFRS 102 inventories. The Nation Accounting Standard Board is implementing its policy of convergence through adopting international financial reporting standards as issued by the International Accounting Standards Boards for application. The Malaysian Accounting Standard Boards has established 70 working groups to date and each is responsible for different projects. The working group is responsible for reviewing and undertaking detailed studies of assigned project, giving due regard to the statutory and regulatory reporting requirements, practical implications as well as practices in other major jurisdictions. This standard provides guidance on the determination of cost and its subsequent recognition as an expense, including any write-down to net realizable value. Secondly, party that involved in the development and formulation of MFRS 102 inventories is Issues Committee. The Issues Committee assists the MASB in ensuring and promoting high-quality accounting practices in the country. The Issues Committee is chaired by the MASB Chairman and is responsible to review comments received on the draft interpretation issued by the IASB's IFRS Interpretation Committee and prepares a summary of the comments for review by the MASB. They also review and undertake detailed study of the IFRIC interpretation, having regard to accounting standards and practice in other major standard setting jurisdictions. Lastly, the Issue Committee submit its recommendation on the adoption or otherwise of the IFRIC interpretation. Next, I will explain about role of industry players, academia and professional bodies in MFRS 102 inventory. The process of setting standards involves important participation from industry players such as corporations and business entities. Industry participants were able to share real-world scenarios, voice concerns, and offer feedback regarding MFRS 102 with active engagement in consultation processes. A commitment to promoting financial reporting standards that fairly portray economic activity is demonstrated by the industry participants' involvement in the development of MFRS 102. Businesses assist in the creation of standards that strike a balance between relevance and reliability by actively participating in discussions and sharing their perspectives. On the other hand, the intellectual foundation of the development of accounting standards is academia. Academics and researchers contribute rigorous theory, factual data, and in-depth knowledge of accounting concepts. They conducted research on global best practices, evaluated the effects of suggested changes, and contributed technical expertise. Academic institutions also play a role by imparting knowledge to upcoming professionals about the nuances of MFRS 102, which helps the business community adopt and implement the standard more smoothly. Lastly, Malaysian Institute of Accountants are the professional organization that act as a link between government agencies, academic institutions, and business leaders. These organizations are vital for fostering dialogue, planning events, and defending the rights of the accounting profession in its entirety. In addition, they facilitate practitioner feedback during the development of MFRS 102, thereby aiding in the integration of theory and practice. On top of that, professional association plays a crucial role in encouraging accountants to pursue ongoing professional development, which guarantees that they remain current with changing requirements and new challenges.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is ANISSA and my matrix number is 288637. Today I will explain about the nature of MFRS 102. The FASB has established principle-based standards for the preparation of financial statements, and most corporations are obligated to follow this. It is the preferred technique of accounting all around the world. The system is more practical to adapt accounting principles to a business activities. The MFRS 102 is generally considered a principle-based accounting standard. A company's unique circumstance should be considered while using principles-based standards for financial statement preparation to make sure financial statements accurately reflect the economic content of transactions. In the context of measurement of inventories, the cost or net realizable value, whichever is smaller, must be used as the measurement for inventories. Costs can be estimated using either the conventional cost or retail techniques if the findings are close to the real cost. FIFO and weighted average cost methods are both permitted by IAS 2 products for products that are interchangeable. Since the modification of IAS 2 in 2003, the LIFO formula has been outlawed. All inventories that are comparable in type and usage to the entity should have the same cost formula. For net realizable value, it is common practice to record the realizable value of inventory items separately. Items in the same product line that are manufactured and sold in the same region have comparable functions and cannot be reasonably assessed independently from one another may fall into his category. A categorization of inventory, such as completed products or all inventories in each operational sector, should not be used to write down inventories. With each succeeding period, a fresh evaluation of net realizable value is carried out. The original write-down amount is reversed so that the new carrying amount is the lower of the cost and the revised net realizable value. For the recognition as an expense in the inventory, the same period the related revenue is recognized. The carrying amount of inventories must be recognized as expenditure when they are sold. Consumption of economic advantages usually causes the recording of a cost in MFRS 102. Cost of products sold, administrative expenditure, selling charges, and other similar costs are recorded as expenses when economic gains from an entity's continuing activities are consumed. Also, assets whose carrying value is more than recoverable amount.
Good day to doctor. Let me introduce myself. My name is DANIA CHONG. My matrix number is 289464. So I will present about the limitation of the MFRS 102. So first is this MFRS is not suitable for some specialized industry. So for example here like agriculture industry, they are not considered the biological transformation of their product, so the value will be different. Next is the cost exploration and development is not allowed to record in the value of the inventory, but for the oil and gas industry they had to include it because it is the cost of the inventory. Next is some industry is have a fast absorbed product. For example, like the technology company, they have products like smartphones, tablets, and that. But this one is a very fast obsolete, so they have another way to recognize their inventory. So it's not suitable using the MFRS 102. So next limitation is the recognition of revenue from sales and inventory. It separated the revenue recognition and the inventory accounting into two MFRS reporting. And this will become a limitation for those entities have a complex revenue recognition or the multiple performance obligation in their contracts with customer, which is related with the MFRS 17 revenue contract with customer. So now, third limitation of this MFRS is flexibility of choosing cost allocation method. For example, here is the MFRS is allowing the company using FIFO or LIFO method to record their valuation. So you may have an inconsistency of valuation, and this flexibility, when they have a inconsistency of valuation, we have significant differences of value, and this value will hard to make a comparison with another similar company because of using different cost allocation method. So for the profit margin, we also affected because of different valuation, and they may use this valuation to manipulate their inventory value to show they have a good financial ratio. So lastly is the implementation of for the small businesses, because this MFRS need some knowledge on that and also experience. So for those small businesses, they do not providing the training on this MFRS, and because of they have a limitation of the human and financial resources, and because of lack of that sources, so they won't provide the training to their staff. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Hi, my name is ZULAIKHA. My matric number is 284359. Next, I will talk about the suggestion or recommendation for the limitation that MFRS 102 face. First suggestion is create an industry-specific guidance, especially for specialized industry. In addressing the limitation of MFRS 102 inventory valuation methodology, several recommendations emerged to enhance its applicability across diverse industry. In specialized sectors like agriculture, oil and gas, and technology, industry-specific guidance become imperative. the intricacies of biological transformation in agriculture, inclusion of exploration costs in oil and gas valuation, and the rapid obsolescence of technology product necessity tailored approaches. This recommendation encompass the development of industry-specific standards modification of MRF 102 to accommodate unique costs and the encouragement of additional disclosure for transparency with collaboration among industry experts crucial for practical and evolving standards. For the second suggestion is training and education. This means training and education play a pivotal role in ensuring proficient application of MFRS 102, particularly concerning revenue recognition. Integrated training programs should emphasize the interaction between MFRS 102 and other relevant standards, offering entities a comprehensive understanding, especially in dealing with complex revenue streams. Consideration include like incorporating MFRS 15 component into MFRS 102 or providing additional guidance on revenue recognition from inventory sales. This aims to foster a unified framework, harmonizing rules for more consistent application across varied business activity, aligning with the principle of transparency and accuracy in financial reporting. Okay, moving on for the next recommendation, which is the standardization of cost allocation method in inventory valuation. While organizations have flexibility with techniques like weighted average cost and first in first out (FIFO), the potential for inconsistent valuation arises. To mitigate this recommendation includes standardizing cost allocation procedures or providing precise guidance on the appropriateness of each strategy. This move toward uniformity seeks to improve the accuracy and comparability of financial statements, discouraging practices that might manipulate inventory values for short-term gains. And lastly, the next suggestion is for small enterprise grappling with limited resources. To overcoming obstacles related to MFRS 102 implementation requires a strategic approach. Emphasis on cost-effective and accessible training resources tailored for small business is key. Educational program designed with resource constraint in mind, along with specialist support programs, aim to bridge the knowledge gap and ease the transition for smaller enterprise. Stressing the long-term value of training investment become crucial in fostering accurate financial reporting. In conclusion, these recommendations collectively aim to refine MFR 102 implementation, fostering transparency, accuracy, and practically across various industry and business skills. That's all from me. Thank you.